Sitting in a train, first class in the area of silence. The sea that got split by a mostly unnecessary call I had to partake in. The irony. Designated silence, paid for, expected, then violated by necessity that isn't really necessary. I find myself walking out several times to make a point to speak up beyond the level of comfort. Like most meetings in today's age, this meeting was again dominated by emotions. Not facts, not data, not logic, emotions. And as if the theme is not always the same, it's caused by a lack of responsibility, failed attempts to delegate, delegation without authority, without accountability. Delegation as avoidance rather than empowerment. Someone needs to make a decision. Someone needs to take responsibility. So they delegate, not the task, the responsibility, the accountability. And when that fails, when the person without authority obviously can't make a meaningful decision, what happens? Emotionality takes hold. Obvious questions are asked, obfuscated answers given, hidden in a fake spirit of teamwork, and competence is disguised in toxic positivity. Let's discuss this as a team. Let's get everyone's input. Let's build consensus. Translation: no one wants to decide. No one wants to be accountable. So they spread the responsibility so thin, it becomes no one's purpose. Teamwork that only benefits the few. The ones who delegated, the ones who avoided, the ones who can now point to the team decision when it fails, absolving themselves of accountability, but at the same time to an individual when it benefits them. I find myself reminding over and over again that I'm just trying to state the facts, resurfacing from the sea of silence I drown in, not attacking, not being negative, not being difficult, just stating what is, what the data shows, what the situation requires. Today I asked for the first time to please not project an emotional reason onto me. The first time I actually had to state it explicitly, though I have thought it countless times. They attribute emotional motivation to factual observation. They assume feelings drive the statement of facts. It's obviously based on reality, but it does come down to a lack of responsibility. The facts are uncomfortable, so rather than acceptance, they attack the messenger. They question the motivation. They make it about emotion rather than reality. It's an epidemic that is now inflicting society, reaching pandemic proportions, already spreading for decades. Patient Zero was a boomer collective. Infected is not just my workplace, not just this meeting, society, the entire structure built here in the West, down to its foundations. A meritocracy killed by emotional incontinence, becoming a mediocracy. We claim to reward merit, competence, results, performance, but we don't. We reward those who make others feel good, those who don't threaten, those who don't point out at uncomfortable facts, those that sell brands, those who project the right worldview. Capitalistic natural selection undermined by the weak. Game well played, I guess. What's the saying? Bad times lead to strong men create good times lead to weak men allowed and brought us to today's matriarchy. Ruled by emotional incontinence, the loss of control, a failure to separate feelings from facts. Reality doesn't need to feel good. It rarely does. Chasing perpetual bliss is just another form of addiction. It's childish. Lack of discipline is a trait of feminine chaos. Discipline requires boundaries, lines, standards, the willingness to say no, the ability to delay gratification, to accept discomfort for future benefit. Stoicism. Without discipline, chaos rules. Emotional chaos, organizational chaos, societal chaos. Anyone need more uncomfortable context to understand my thinking? Just recently I learned that in the US alone, approximately 25 million of my generation were aborted. 25 million never born. The people who would have been my peers, my colleagues, my competitors. gone. And just one generation later, another 20 million are now missing from our midst. Millions from the generation after mine, the ones who should be entering the workforce now, starting families, building businesses, creating. Missing. It's a genocide, the genocide of Western potential. Empathetical suicide. And that's not hyperbolic, not exaggeration. These are just the numbers, the uncomfortable scale of deliberate choice. Her body, her choice. A genocide of potential, of future, of life that could have been. Chaos chosen over creation. The fear of missing out is killing the only true social and biological purpose. How childish. Do I have to say more? Who's lacking the responsibility? We all know the answer, deep down. Please don't say. The knowledge exists, the facts are clear, the numbers are documented. But we don't say it, we can't say it, because saying it would require acknowledging responsibility, acknowledging loss, acknowledging that perhaps the choices were wrong. Sunk cost fallacy. I'm not mad. I am well beyond that. I'm not even disappointed anymore. Whatever the stage of grief I'm in, reflecting on it still saddens. The mirror shall not be ignored. 25 million of my generation, 20 million of the next, missing. Because of choices made, responsibility avoided. And now we sit in meetings dominated by emotions. We delegate without authority. We avoid responsibility like the plague. Mediocrity instead of meritocracy. Is it any wonder? It's everywhere, hidden in plain sight. To be uncovered by historians and to be judged when looking back at us in days to come. They will see the numbers and outcomes, a meritocracy killed by feelings, and they will judge harshly, honestly.